Good afternoon. So, today is August 1st, I believe. And I feel like I'm just going to continue this series because we're not ready to relaunch yet. I'm going to keep doing this until I am. So there. What you can do right now, though, is you can go over to my Patreon and help support me. This journey by just going to pledge. All you need to do is pledge $1 a month. You don't need to do anything more than that. Every little bit counts. So of course I would be happy no matter what you pledge. So ongoing today, I am going to be redoing my stain test because I would like to offer this stain to use in the future, but I want to get the mixture right to where it lets the wood come out perfectly, and I also want, like, specifically this color to look like Purple Heart. So, what else am I going to do today is I am going to be getting some legs ready for a customer. One I mentioned where for some reason the legs, like one of the legs disappeared out of the package between here, or between the depot and his house. Completely sealed package, and they're gone. So I'm going to make a pair of those for him, get a pair of those ready for him. I have some extra from an older project. I just have to plug and reseat the holes to make sure that they all fit. So, basically plugging the holes in this one because the holes are in a different place on this one because they were meant for a different table. The table that got destroyed, which I still haven't made a video about, which I will as soon as I get some breathing time to do so. So, testing stain, getting those legs done, and I'm going to be doing topper and playing area of the table that is outside waiting to be sanded. So those three things I'm going to be doing today. It is already the afternoon, unfortunately. It was a little bit rough getting out of bed this morning. So there's just, stuff. I don't know exactly how to explain it. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. So before I go, let me go ahead. Before I go continue on, let me also say, if you check out the links in the description below, you will find a link to Teespring, and that'll be my Teespring shop where you can get T-shirts like this, the Make in America shirt. Right? It's the American flag made out of tools, and you will be able to get my a shirt with my logo on it, and everything. All profits, of course, go straight back into the business, and that's what they're going to be used for. It's not going to be used for anything else. They just go straight back into the business to help me buy things that I need for the business. So, also, if I can get some time, I'm going to try to start making the stamp, because after this table is done, the very next table that I make, I want to have a stamp on that table. So, we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Okay, here's my setup. And the stain. This is the container I'm going to be using as soon as I finish figuring out the right mixture. Now I have these, as I said last night. These are now sanded down to 220. Last time they were only sanded down to 60. I have some fine steel wool. That's supposed to be used after the stain dries, so that in order to bring out the color better, I guess. I'm not sure, but that's what the instructions say. Here's my test mixture. Right now it's a 1-to-1 mixture, 1 part stain, 1 part water. Here's some extra water to put it in, and I'm going to be using the scale to measure how much I'm putting in. Here's the brush I'm using. This is for later. I just used it for getting stain out of the gel stain out of this to put into here without getting too much, without losing too much of it. Pencil to write onto the boards what mixture I have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a third down ish, and then on the other opposite side I'll write down what kind of mixture it was until I get the right color. And if I find a good picture, I will put it up somewhere around here ish, wherever, to show you what goal I'm trying to reach as far as color wise. All right, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm done with the samples. I've done everything according to the instructions. So, started with a sample piece, sanded to 220. Then, let me turn this around. Then I went and gradually diluted the stain. See if I can get this in the right order. As I started with 1:1, 2:1, then 3:1, 3.5:1. And I put 3.5:1 because I was getting really close to the color I wanted to get to. And this is 4:1, which kind of looks different from this one. I'm not sure why. But I put some polyurethane on here. I only put one coat so far. I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'm going to put another coat on, and then I'm going to see how it looks. And then I'll have an idea, because I think this is it. I think this is the one that's going to be close to. I'll put it like here, and then next to it I'll see if I remember to put a picture of the Purple Heart there as well. Should be a good comparison. Now, I'm part of a group on Facebook that is like question and answer for this stain. So I was told in order to get the Purple Heart color, you need to use a lot of water. So considering nobody knows exactly how much, that's why I did the test. I'm going to dilute it now 4:1. And then if I need any of the darker colors, I'll just buy another container, because I'm expecting people to more want something that looks like Purple Heart than anything else. And this will go great on like some of my smaller projects. So I can't wait for that. Speaking of smaller projects, let me show you something. Ow. If I keep stepping on stuff, it's crazy. Alright, so in here, lights. So this is what I was talking about. These are the blanks for my lithium dice tray, and I'm like trying to come up with a box to go around it to display them. And then what I want to do is, because I want to put these in stores, I was thinking about going ahead and engraving the store's name into the sides to show the possibility for personalization. So I'm not sure yet if that's what I'm going to do. So we'll see. Okay, next up I have these legs to work on. I have 4 of them. I only need to work on 2, but I'm probably going to go ahead and do all 4, just to make sure I have the extra just in case. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's about to start raining. We're getting a hurricane this weekend. Well, a hurricane is coming up I think it's called Hurricane Isaiah. I'm not sure. And um, yeah, it's gonna be pretty windy. So um, we'll see about how much time I get outside this weekend. Well, today's Saturday. Usually tomorrow I don't do anything. I might dabble on some small things and do some computer work just because I can. um, and the rest of the time I'll either be sleeping, pantsless, or playing video games with my son. Maybe even a combination of those things. And then Monday we're supposed to get the brunt of the hurricane to coming in. We'll see. I don't know what else is going to happen, so we will see. All right, let me get back to doing something. All right, check it later. Very rare occasion that I'm sitting on the floor. Just did it because I felt like it. Anyway, so I've been sitting here after I got done with the sample, which I got to go back and look at because the polyurethane should be dry by now. But before we do that, I just want to show you this. Okay, so these are legs that are from a damaged table sent back to me, and I have two more down over here. And one of the things that I had a problem with is that for some reason I put the holes on the line, on the split, I guess I'll call it. So what I did was I took a dowel, it's the same size as the hole, cut it to about the right length, a little bit longer, just a touch longer, and these are still wet, and I put it in. They go all the way all through to the other side. And what that does is, when I go to set new holes on the correct side of the legs, it'll keep the stability. It just fills up that cavity, so it doesn't make it weak. I still have to do some sanding. Well, all of this is going to get sanded off because I need a different color on here anyway. But it's going to get some sanding, and where it's needed, I'm going to get some epoxy filler to put in there to keep it, strong. I don't want any weak spots at all. And then this gets, as soon as these are done, these get sent to a customer. So this is going to be done tomorrow. I just got to wait for all of this business to dry, and then I can continue working on it. So let me go ahead and show you the other thing I was working on. Okay, so a couple coats of poly on here. These look really nice, to be honest. I still want to do another one that is a pure, probably over here, put a pure 1 to 0, I guess would be called. Look at those colors. So it's a toss up between these two. These are only like a half apart away from each other. This is 3 to 1, it's 3.5, and this is 4 parts. So I think I'm gonna go with the 4. This is already mixed to 4, so I got that. I might even just keep this for now, because I might not need that much of it. and just hold off on mixing the rest. I don't know yet. But if anybody wants purple hardwood, I gotcha. Okay, so I've only got 2 of the 3 things I set out to do today done. Um, my help was not able to do more than just bring me something that I needed today. So I might be out there working tomorrow, but definitely on Monday, I'll be working back on working on that table to get that finished and get it out of here. Then all of my old projects are gone, and I can start over fresh. Now, it is late, and one of the reasons why was so late is because, like, for each of the boards that I was staining, for each board um, I had to wait till it dried, and it takes like 30 minutes to dry, 30 to 60 minutes to dry per spot. So I mean, it was only a little bit, so it didn't take that long to dry. But I was waiting for that just to see how the color looks on each level, and before I went on to the next, I didn't want to like rush it or anything. The other part was, I had no idea that it was going to take me so long to plug these holes. See, if you take just the dowel, cut it down, and then shove it into the hole, even with glue, then I was told that that's not enough. You have to put grooves in the wood so that it'll hold on to some of the glue. Otherwise, when you're hammering it in, when you're hammering it in to the hole that you're trying to plug, it's just going to push out a lot of the glue. So I went ahead and made some deep cuts. I did them all by hand, and this is why it took so long. I did them all by hand, and as I was doing the last one, I remembered somebody did the same thing but using their bandsaw. So next time I have to do this, if I have to do this, I'm going to use a bandsaw. I'm not going to do this by hand. Matter of fact, I could probably put the grooves in first, the whole length that I'm going to need, then make the cuts to the pieces that I need, which would probably make it a whole lot faster. And then I would have had time to do something else today if it wasn't for that. I'm also going to contribute having Critical Role in the background while I was doing this because I'm an addict. I admit. I love Critical Role. I love D&D. You will be seeing that soon, and yeah. So so you look away for a while before you go back to doing whatever you're doing. Sometimes. Thank goodness for their breaks that they take. Oh my goodness, got so much done during the breaks. Anyway, trying to think, is there anything else that I needed to do today? Oh, let me show you this. Okay, so I buy Titebond glue. Titebond glue is the absolute best glue that I've ever used. No lie. This is not paid sponsorship. I just love this freaking glue. So, I like it so much that I started buying them by the gallon. Unfortunately, the gallon size doesn't have like a little top that you can easily pour out of. Now, gallon size is perfect for when I'm doing like a large glue up or something, like when I was doing my workbench. That needed me to actually pour large amounts out. That's fine. Doing it that way, that's completely fine. But there's always a but. But um, on the smaller projects, I didn't have anything to just pour out of. So I was using. Give me a second. Okay. So I decided to use Elmer's glue bottles since they were empty anyway. I used them up on something else, and um, filled those up with my Type On 2 because I already have a smaller bottle for my Type On 1 because that's how I tested out the product. So, um, so I was like, since then, I was looking for a way to, like, I didn't want to have to buy a gallon and the little bottle just to do the same thing, you know. Although, I mean, looking back, I probably could have done it and it would have been no big deal. But the other problem is, by now, the bottle that came with, or the small bottle that I have, the top doesn't open very well. So every once in a while, I have the feeling that I need to be changing out the top. So, um, so I've been looking for other bottles. And somebody mentioned Rockler. Rockler has great products. They have it's a squeeze bottle. They have ones with like a kind of like spatula looking thing on top for spreading, and then there was one with a roller. The roller, I think, is a really good idea, especially when you're doing really huge glue ups. They have a lot of really cool accessories for your glue, alone for just for the glue. They have that silicone brush. They have everything. One of their newer products that I saw was like a little silicone box that you can keep your glue in. Because like if you, like me, if you're getting gallon sizes, you need to pour out a little bit, and you're just using that little bit. Sometimes I try to get that whatever I have back into the bottle, and then I let whatever else dry. That keeps everything moist. I hate that word. Um, so that it doesn't, it keeps it from drying out. There you go. So, um, so I've been looking around, and the Rockler stuff, great product, but I'm not paying $25 for this thing. Um, then I was looking at other similar companies. Like there's this one that has like, it's like, it looks like, I don't have anything similar, but it looks like two bottles on another, and like you fill up one side, and the glue comes out into the next chamber from the bottom, and then you can pour it out that way. It looks cool, and I saw that also at Home Depot. I don't see a need for it. I really don't. Um, I don't understand the design, and I don't understand what problems it solves. Because like whenever you're designing something, you're trying to solve a problem at the same time. Um, like when I make my tables, where you can lift up the topper so that you can hide your games underneath, or you could use it like for storage, or you could use it to hide your game in mid-session, for the next time. Solves a problem. That other thing that I saw didn't. Now, one second. Okay, so this is the Type On 1 bottle, and you can tell because it has a red cap. The number 2 has a blue cap, and number 3 has a green cap. So this is where the problem is. Pulling this open, it takes a lot. It hurts your fingers. It might be that I need to get another bottle. Now, I'm probably only going to be getting Type on 1 in the smaller bottles because I don't need it as often as I do the Type on 2. I'm using Type on 2 on my tables because it's water resistant. Although I could also use Type on 3 because that's waterproof. So, now, since I haven't purchased the blue cap of this size, and there's a mid-size between that and the gallon, but I haven't bought any of those. So because of that, I needed a way to use my Type on 2. Again, these worked, but they're only working for like micro projects. And I really do mean micro projects. I might still use at least one of those. I'm not going to be using them as much as I'm going to use what I just bought. So, somebody mentioned, hey, why don't you use condiment dispensers or condiment containers? And I thought about it. And I'm like, that's a good idea. So I'm looking on the internet for condiment containers, and the only ones I can find are in like these large packages of like 12 whatever. I don't need that many. I only need maybe 3. So, and then there were ones that were like, like the yellow and red ones. Those were like a couple of dollars each. I just did not feel like I needed to be spending that much money on this because why, right? Finally remember to go look at Walmart. On their website, I couldn't find anything decent. They were all the same stuff that I was finding on other websites. But in the store, I found this. This looks like any of the other condiment dispensers. It has a cap, and it snaps on. And when you're not using the cap, I just leave it hanging, but there's a little thing on here for you to keep it there. It has a small mouth, obviously, so that I can make small lines of glue. And I love it. I love it. Guess how much this was? No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll tell you. 97 cents. So I bought 2 for now. Just in case. 97 cents. Let me show you the other one, the empty one. Okay, so here's the empty one. All right? It looks and feels really thin, but if people will put their condiments in here, why can't I put glue in it, right? I've seen people use these things for oil, for ketchup, for whatever, Why not use it for my glue? So, the plastic is a lot thicker on this than it is this. And even this plastic is thicker than this. But that's fine to me. I'm not going to be throwing it around. It's not going to be tossed at anything. I'm not going to be trying to hurt somebody with it or anything. So, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with my purchase. So, yeah. I am probably going to take, I've been looking at some of the videos, and I've noticed some of the things that I've been talking about, and like today, I'm talking about the stain and how to use it. I'm gonna take that. It's gonna be in this video, but I'm gonna take that and make it its own video, and set it aside to post it later, or to post it, and um, that's for people who don't want to go through all of this, and I might even do a video talking about these as well, um, because I'm. You might as well call me the woodworker on a budget, because I try my darndest to do everything I can without spending all the money in the bank. Of course, there are some things like, here's an example. Besides the condiment containers, going from 25 to like $8 to $1, less than $1. That's one example. Other example is with my tools. I look at how often am I going to be using it. So, for example, even though I'm still not satisfied with it, my drill press. My drill press can only go down so much. And I think that's only because it has a stop on it. Might tinker with that a little bit. I don't know, because it's like, if I can remove the stop and go a little bit further, I'll be happy. But otherwise, I'm disappointed with it right now. But I don't use it that often. So instead of going out, and I was like, I want the Ryobi one. I want a Ryobi drill press. Give me a Ryobi drill press. I need a Ryobi drill press. Here's the thing. I only use this thing for the legs. I don't have anything else where I need to drill major holes into. I did try to use it for my cup holders. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. When using it, the chuck kept falling off. So I'm not going to be using it for that purpose unless I get some a better hole saw. Which Ginger Woodworks has one that even ejects the wood out of it when you're done. I like that, so I might get that. But yeah, so it's like, I don't use it that much. So why should I spend over $100 on the tool if I'm not going to be using it that often? The lower price tools, in my mind, they may not have the same quality as some of the higher price tools like DeWalt and Milwaukee and everything, but those tools are made for people who use them every single day. Like Ryobi, made for people who use it every day, like I do. This particular tool, the purpose for it is not an everyday thing. It's maybe a once a week thing for me. And or once every 2 weeks sometimes, depending on what I'm working on. So I don't need it that often. It doesn't need to be that high end of a tool. Make sense? Okay. So I might even make a video about that as well, because like I said, I think his name is Steve Ramsey. He has a thing called Woodworking for Mere Mortals. He's also on the same kick of not spending a lot of money on the things that you're using. And he also gives you a way to pick things, but I think I can go a little bit further than that. So we'll see. Once I have a little bit more time, I will go ahead and make a video for that. But for now, I'm going to stop what I'm doing, clean up. I have to wait for these legs to dry before I can do anything else with them. So they will be worked on tomorrow. Basically, even though tomorrow is like a day off for me, I like to do anything small and work and computer work, so that I'm still getting progress done. I'm just not doing anything major. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put this up on Monday or if I'm going to put this up tomorrow. I guess you'll find out when you're watching this. So I will see you guys in the next video.